I really wanted to talk about, like I said, R&B specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And as I listened to it, I was like, this kind of gets to um, something that I feel like needs to happen, one in society and in culture, but more specifically for music.
Okay.
I think battle lines and shame needs to be brought out, right? Like I think we've gotten to a place in society where we've told everybody that they can do anything, and that's not true.
Right.
You can't do. I certainly can't do everything.
Right.
Although most everything I do is great, I can't do everything, right?
Well,
So,
and I guess to add some context to that, you're talking about like specializing in things or having certain skills and honing those skills very well, but not saying I can do everything in this area. What would be a good
so
example of this for you?
yeah, so I'll keep it music related.
Okay.
So Nas can't sing.
Mm-hmm.
He's never tried to do that.
Never.
Good for him.
I don't think ever, right?
Yeah,
You would know better than I would.
Because if he tried to, we'd be like, "The fuck are you doing?"
What is Nas doing?
Okay. Now, that's my generation.
Yeah.
So we're gonna fast forward to your generation.
Uh-huh.
Bullshit. Well, I mean, we're the same like era, but you're on the end. You're on the end of the millennial spectrum, right? You're like, and I'm at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Right. So, so on my end of the millennial, we'll say Nas.
Yeah.
For your end, we'll say Future. Y'all motherfuckers is letting him get away with this R&B Future shit. Nigga can't. He can. I don't even like hearing him rap. He definitely can't hold a note. Right? So, but you guys are letting that shit slide, and now it's like we got R&B Future. I'm like, when the fuck does this nigga ever done R&B? Never heard it. And then when I listened to the Metro Boomin shit, and I think the album he came out with before him and Metro did, We Don't Trust You.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was supposed to be like R&B Future-ish. I've never listened to this, so I would rely on you. But I'm just like, we have like R&B, you had to have a specific skill set. Being able to sing was one of them. If you played instruments, that's also great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But being able to legitimately sing and carry a note that if you sung a cappella, people would want to hear.
Right.
That was like a thing you needed to be an R&B artist to do, or I shouldn't say R&B, needed to be a singer to do.
Yeah, that's almost like an element of what you needed to then be the bigger thing,
Right.
To be an R&B artist, you had to be a singer,
Mm-hmm.
right? Singers are involved in different genres,
Sure.
R&B being one of them,
Right.
and there's other requirements that are there,
Right.
right? Because I think people don't think about what those requirements are maybe anymore, so. So that's where it allows a future to be categorized as R&B future, whatever that means. Maybe just because, what other way do they have of describing it?
Okay, so I'll give you some examples I actually like.
Yeah.
Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
As infuriating as it is that he will not release just like solo music that is just him.
Yeah.
He's done some really great stuff. The album he did with Division,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that album.
Not fuck with that album. That was a good
It was
album.
a good album, right? Stuff he's done. He did the Mai Tai joint. A lot of good tracks on that with him and Jeremiah. He's collabed with basically everybody, right? Everything he does with Post Malone, like Ty Dolla $ign. I fucks with Ty Dolla $ign, and I'm gonna send you the Ty Dolla $ign playlist that I named after his album featuring Ty Dolla $ign, because as much as I don't want to admit it, he's only good on features. I don't know what to say.
I mentioned it last pod.
Yeah.
It literally, I have a syndrome named after him because of.
He's so good though.
It's like I love him and I hate him at the same time.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Post Malone. We'll get into that in a second. We'll get into that in a second. But like, so Ty Dolla $ign I really like, and he's got a good singing voice.
Yeah.
Very talented musician. He's had I just read a piece that I think I can't remember the magazine. I'm not going to name it anyway unless you pay me. So I was reading a piece on Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
And he truly has had an influence, a bigger influence over music than we all recognize. There's songwriting credits he doesn't take.
Yeah.
There's production credits he doesn't take. But he's had a heavy hand over the sound of music over the past X years.
Yeah.
And so I do like him, but he falls into this unnamed, uncategorized genre of music where it's sing-songy, it's rappy, right? It could go either way. And I think Future, R&B Future fits there. Ty Dolla $ign fits there. Anderson .Paak, he has a fine singing voice. He doesn't do it all the time. So his whole album isn't the No Worries album. That wasn't all singing and R&B ballads. His Bruno Mars stuff that he does is Silk Sonic. That's all R&B stuff, right? So, but his albums solo tend to be straddling the line a little bit.
Kind of like in the middle, floating in that, kind of dipping in both.
In both.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so there needs to be this, like, I don't know what to call it, but we got to put a category on it. And the reason I like doing this, so as we get deeper into these conversations, I want to give everyone some context on why I think this is important.
Right.
Gatekeeping is important in general. Okay. There should be things for your culture that are for your culture, right? And I can come in and respect them, right? And I can come in and celebrate them with them, but they're your culture's things.
Right.
Same for me. Same for every other culture except for white people. I don't know what their culture is. So white people, help me. What's your culture?
Is it to be taken?
Yeah, exactly. Murder and pillaging, like I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So that's a different conversation for a different day. Did I push a button?
Yeah. Not for me. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah. All right. Back to the scheduled program.
Yeah.
But I just think there needs to be lines. I think we need to make sure we differentiate so that way we can respect differences in what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
And that way we can highlight people who are excelling at a thing, i.e. singing, i.e. emceeing, i.e. Playing guitar. Shout out to Thundercat, right? Like everything that an artist can do, if we put it in its box, then we can say these people do it good and these people. When you kick down all the barriers and you let everybody do everything and you accept everyone for everything, then everybody's on the same level, which means nobody excels at anything, right? Because we're just like, okay, well, if Future can make R&B albums or rap albums, then any old white person can mosey on in here, make a similar style of music, and then culture vulture, and then go back to the thing that they wanted to do, and then all of a sudden you got country hip hop. Shout out Post Malone, appreciate you, bruh. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's important.
What is country hip hop?
Fuck if I know. It's not real to me. Like I
thought that was Nelly.
No. I don't even think he's that country. Ain't that motherfucker from St. Louis? Like, he ain't even that country.
No.
So that was my point. That's how I actually got introduced to Post Malone.
Yeah.
Somebody told me like, yeah, I think you'll like him. He's like country hip hop. And I was literally like, what the fuck is that? And then I heard White Iverson, and I hated that I liked that song because I was like, White Iverson? What kind of racist ass shit is this?
All of it's just like, what
it's
the
just
fuck?
Really bad, and black people had just let this shit slide.
Yeah.
And as he progressed through the albums he was making, and he was doing Ty Dolla $ign collabs, and he's doing Sway Lee collabs, and he's doing all these. I'm like, wait, black people, did we just let this motherfucker come in and take our swag?
Yeah.
Because Yachty can't get you no swag neither. I don't give a fuck about who you hang with, right?
There you go.
So
let's go.
So, you see what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, we let this nigga take our swag. Then he popped.
Yeah.
Now this nigga's back to making country music, which he didn't do at least enough to be famous.
I saw him on the CMAs, and the only reason why I saw that was because I had to sit in a fucking hospital waiting room and fucking see the TV on NBC or whatever
Fucking hospital,
wherever they
got
play.
the CMAs on.
Every hospital, because every hospital leans white, I'm sure.
not the county ones. They definitely got the BET awards on in those.
It was a Kaiser. It was a Kaiser.
Oh, okay. So, enough
There
said.
you go.
Enough said. They ain't putting the BET awards in. Enough said.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, that's Post Malone?
Right? So tattoos and everything. You remember on his first album cover, he had braids in his hair.
I didn't even know he was white on the first album cover, right? Because they did that thing that they do
where they
kind of like
shaded it,
and they already made him a little bit more tan.
Exactly.
So like, is this guy Puerto Rican?
Exactly.
No, he's full blown white from
Texas.
From Texas.
Texas white.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to draw battle lines again. Okay, and I want you to have some shame. If you can't sing, then you can't sing. Shit, like I don't know what to fucking tell you. Like
we gotta bring shame back.
We gotta normalize.
I've been saying
shame.
this for too long. We gotta normalize shame again because we gotta be able to like as a whole, as a unit, as people, as humanity, be able to look at someone and be like, "Boo, you suck."
Yeah, boo this man. Boo this man.
You know what I'm saying? Like public shame does not get the credit it deserves.
No, it doesn't.
Right? Because what it saves us from is bullshit.
I agree.
Right? And from living in bullshit, right?
I agree.
See, honesty is a hard thing to come by these days.
It is.
Right?
Not for
me. That's why I think, Odyssey podcast is pretty well, I'm just saying.
Gonna be honest with you all the time.
100% honesty over here,
trash
you know
bags.
what I'm saying? There you go. I'm gonna live in it, all right? If I see Don Tolliver, he's like, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. What you want me to say?
Shit, 7 trash bags.
Get the fuck off of that.
I carry hefties with me, bro.
There you go. Fucking, sorry, here we go.
Snap them motherfuckers out real quick.
There you go, right there. Got it in. Got 5 more of these ready.
Ready for you. Keep throwing the music in there.
Call me the trash man.
So yeah, let's normalize shame.